every title there is to win in football. World Cup, Champions League, FIFA World Club Cup, European Cup. I mean, it's easy to forget that this guy won everything. There is to win in football. Maybe the only thing from individual awards, maybe as the FIFA World Player of the Year, and it came close when it was at Arsenal. But every other thing there is to win in football, this guy has his hands on it.
He has won everything there is to win in football. I mean, watching him at the FIFA World Cup in 1998, you know, he did not play the final, but then he scored some good goals. I could remember the goals against Saudi Arabia, against South Africa. Now that shows you that at that time he was very young, and it showed that the coach really had confidence in him, playing among the big sides like Joker, like Laurent Blanc, Didier Deschamps. There were a whole lot of them at that year. He was that young, won everything. I mean, won the 1998 World Cup at that time too. Before then, he had won the Championnat with Monaco at that young age as well. Going to Juventus didn't particularly do well, but then at Arsenal, won the Premier League, won the FA Cup, and went to Barcelona, won the Champions League, won the La Liga, went to United States of America, and of course, it was a legend there. So for me, it's a good one for him. He's retiring when his career has gotten to the peak.
There have been talks a bit about this guy coming back to Arsenal.
Yeah, I hope there's some role
like that. Yeah. I don't know if there's any substance in it. It might be true, and this probably is putting himself, in our face. And for Henry, he's one of those few guys who would hang his boot and not have any regrets. And it makes the transition from playing football to other things easy. There's no hangover, there's no baggage, and he goes there, and maybe it might just be as good as it was on the pitch. But all of this time, but I mean, there's nothing Arsenal will not want to give to Thierry Henry. And probably the only thing stopping him right now is because Hassan is still there. And I mean, a lot of fans would want to toy with that idea that, okay, if Arsene Wenger, leaves, I mean, let's trade. But now that he wants to be a pundit, I mean, it's just going in that direction. And we'll see where he takes it from there.
All right, so that's how we start off the show tonight. Talking about Thierry Henry, a lot of the messages already coming through. A lot of people are agreeing that this man truly is a legend of the game, not just for what he did for Arsenal, but for the game itself. Easily one of the reasons why the English Premier League has grown into what it is today, the impact of a player like Thierry Henry. All right, let's move on very quickly outside of football and just quickly touch upon this, because we've been talking about this for a long time, and it all comes down to tomorrow. Because all the campaign for Aruna Quadri, who has been nominated for 2 top individual awards by the International Table Tennis Federation, the ITTF, it all comes down to what we can do between now and tomorrow, because voting for Aruna Quadri ends tomorrow. Remember, we told you December 17 is tomorrow. It's upon us. You can still vote between now and tomorrow. So please, if you have not voted for Aruna Quadri, who has been nominated for the ITTF Male Table Tennis Star for 2014 and the Point Star for 2014, those 2 awards never won by an African, but you and I can make Aruna Quadri win these awards by going on to www.ITTFstarawards.com. Once you go onto that portal, you are able to see 3 categories. Aruna features in 2 of the 3. Vote him in those 2, and then vote any other person that you want in the 3rd category, which is essentially for women. And then your entry will be accepted. You would have done what you need to do. Cast your vote for Aruna Quadri. The voting all ends tomorrow. So we wish Aruna Quadri the best of luck. He's had a phenomenal year, from number 274 to number 30 in the world. But we can cap it up for him by helping him to go all the way to winning an award that no African has ever won before. All right, so please do it, and let us help Aruna Quadri be a winner. From there, let's go now and talk about something very different. I don't know whether you've heard about this before. You've heard about Beach Soccer World Cup, you've heard about the FIFA Women's World Cup, you've heard about the FIFA Senior World Cup, Under 20 World Cup, but there's a different kind of World Cup now. This is not FIFA. This is a special kind of World Cup. It's called the Church World Cup. Well, we have good news for you. MFM, Mountain of Fire and Miracles of Nigeria, over the weekend won the inaugural edition of the Church World Cup in India. Yeah. And they did it in grand style. They hammered their opponents from Colombia, the United Church of Colombia, 7-0 in the final. Congratulations, MFM, Mountain of Fire and Miracles, winners representing Nigeria. They went there, they showed champion stuff, and they are making the green and the whites, as you can see in this picture, fly so proudly.
I start seeing things about the Church World Cup from the BBM post or from the administrator of MFM Football Club in Nigeria, in person of Mr. Gordon Enagina. I start seeing things they won today, they won tomorrow. They actually beat a particular team by 7 goals to nothing.
The Church of Colombia, the United Church of Colombia.
No, even before they got to the final. Yeah, by 7 goals to nothing. You know, winning India in the semi-finals by a goal to nothing as well, and of course getting into the finals and winning by 7 goals to nothing. Now, this is something we should celebrate. I mean, MFM is a team that are doing pretty well. They've been pretty well in the Nigerian National League. They've been doing well so far, so good. Maybe they have not been able to get to the top league, but then that team is an exciting team to watch if you really go to watch them in the league match. So for me, this is a good one. They've shown that they can really do it. And of course, this will give them that big confidence to come back and really say, we can get to the Nigerian Professional Football League.
All right, so congratulations, MFM, winning the inaugural edition of the Church World Cup in India. Good one. And once again, congratulations. We'll see how we pick it up from there. But just before we go on a break now, let me just read a few comments on Twitter very quickly. Akagbame Nelson says he thinks the reward to the club and the players is good incentive. It will spur them to doing greater things. I don't exactly understand what he's reacting to. But Femi Aluko says Thierry Henry is a legend, no doubt. I wish him well. He says he also needs Ampas. And we should not forget him when we start the flow of Ampas, all right? Oba Adeola Amokomowo, who watches us regularly from the United Kingdom, says Thierry Henry is an excellent pundit. He was excellent for the BBC during the World Cup, and he believes now working for Sky Sports is a coup that Sky Sports have pulled. And he's moving for some good millions as well. So you can retire from the game if you have developed yourself and still make some good money as a pundit. There are a lot of dimensions to which...
Yeah, it's not just about, in this part of the world, after your active days, you're more or less like useless. You know, the flow stops. But in this part of the world...
Yeah, well, in Nigeria, some of these
that's what
players are now...
Yes.
Are not pundits.
In this part of the world.
But we still
don't get to do they do it here? Maybe for...
Cable TV.
Outside Nigeria, not here. That's what I'm saying, that in this part of the world. But what I meant to say was, in those places, you could leverage on your name, a lot of things, and the flow doesn't stop. You don't get to start.
I think the challenge for us in Nigeria is, following what Governor Fashola said when he was our guest, there shouldn't be any waste. Yeah. If you've played the game, you should still be able to give back. If you have started active football,
big enough
to accommodate you.
Everything
it produces.
Yes.
Football should be able to accommodate everything it produces. If you play the game to the highest level, you can work as a stadium manager, you can work as a pundit, you can work as a scout. A lot of options.
And it's just
diverse.
It's wide,
very
it's
wide.
big. Football can employ, 50% of the youths.
I'm telling you, conveniently.
That's true. Comfortably.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. All right. Ajasa Bonadele says, I want to see Thierry Henry return as a manager of Arsenal in the future. All right, we'll read more of your comments. Keep them coming. Talk to us about it and let's know exactly what you feel about Thierry. Not just Thierry Henry, talk about MFM as well. Winners of the inaugural Church World Cup. It's something worth celebrating, if you ask me. And of course, talk about how you also have voted for Aruna Quadri. Let's go on a quick break. During the break, we'll be bringing you the voice of Tammy Danagogo. That's the Honorable Minister of Sports in Nigeria, talking about the resolution of crisis in Nigerian football. Last weekend, FIFA came out with a statement accepting the majority report of the NFF Elections Appeals Committee. That looks like it has calmed down every frayed nerve, looks like stability has returned to our football. What is the Minister of Sports saying about all of this and more? Take a listen. We'll be right back.
We are beginning to be certain about what we are doing. Yes, we had our